What's up, world? Hey, it's me, Rico Richie, your number one favorite blind podcaster, y'all. Can I just get a little bit of y'all time, if you don't mind? You feel me? Excuse me. Hey, real fast, man. Like, why is it when two people have a little disagreement, online, a little internet feud or something like that, it's a beef? Bro, it's not a beef, bro. I don't think 50 Cent and 42 Doug are beefing. So excuse some of those YouTubers out there with those type of subtitles and things like that, you guys. But what I can tell you though is that I am kind of surprised, or better yet, the little, you know, like, yeah, 42, because he actually showed that he his own man, like, you know, and by like he wasn't dissing 50 or nothing like that, like, like they trying to betray it or anything like that. He just saying, man, shit, if it is what you said it is, show us the real paperwork. Until then, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Detroit is Detroit, no matter what Detroit is. You feel me? Like that's what I got out of the little back and forth between him and 50 Cent. And again, 50 Cent airing out personal conversations, online and stuff like that, bro. Like, just kind of feminine to me, bro. Like, I don't know, but I guess some people like that type of stuff, bro. Cause it's like you really can't have, you know, a personal opinion on nothing that they decide to put out in public. You feel me? Because these motherfucking fans, they so starstruck or these niggas, I'ma just say it like it is, y'all. These niggas be dick riding like a motherfucker, and half the time they never gonna meet these people, bro. You feel me? Instead of calling shit out like the way they see it, bro, they on some sucker shit, bro. They just they fan out. You know what I'm saying? They fan out. They don't wanna, especially a lot of these men out here, bro. These men be fanned out like a motherfucker, bro. Like they have no kind of damn, no, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say oomph about themselves. Like, they have no masculinity about themselves, nigga. They let another nigga control their thoughts, tell them what to do and shit like that, bro. Like, it's like, it's crazy. You feel me? Like, it's real crazy, bro. But yeah, some of these fans need to chill out, bro, and really admit to what's really going on with 50 Cent, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude is going haywire, bro. Like, and hey, if you a power fanatic or something like that, or a 50 Cent fan or something like that, you still love 50. We still, you know what I'm saying? We still care about him and shit. We just saying, like, damn, nigga, bro, you doing some crazy ass shit, bro. Some fucked up shit, bro. Some shit that you really should, like, overlook. Like, he's so petty, he don't want to overlook nothing. He gotta have a negative input about everything. You feel me? Like, I can't even tell you the last time I saw 50 Cent put out a positive message. Like, for real. Like, I don't know when the last time that nigga put out a positive message, bro. But yo, this this live right here, bro, that we doing right now, right here, right now. Bro, this something that's based in Atlanta as well. So I know everybody been seeing what's going on in the in the headlines and everything with Lil Baby and what he had going on last year during the summer and things like that. So if you don't know, let's see if I can catch you up to speed. So last summer, Lil Baby did a music video before his album Wham came out. And he went to an area of Atlanta that he more than likely knew he shouldn't have went to. And during the making of this music video that he was doing, shots rang out. 2 kids, 3 kids was shot, 2 killed. So you got all these headlines, you know, Lil Baby responsible for this, he's going to jail for that. I don't know about that just yet right now, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely gonna have to see how it plays out. I don't did he know? Do I feel like Lil Baby knew he shouldn't have been up in the area that he was making that video? Yes, I think he knew that. Why? Because supposedly he has gang ties in Atlanta. So he knew what areas of Atlanta he could be in and not be in, repping whatever his set is or whatever like that, even though he was just doing a music video. You know what I'm saying? So him making that music video over there in a part of Atlanta where he shouldn't have been because of his gang ties. All right, it's not like he's a regular citizen or anything like that. He's let it be known that he's a gang member, a continuing gang member. You feel me, for a Crip faction in Atlanta. And like I say, him making that video was like the wrong thing for him to do in that area, and I believe he knew that. So when that happened, I think, and what it looks like a little silent war, a small war came out between these 2 factions. You know, after the shooting of these 2 young kids, the deaths of these 2 young kids, and during the arrest of these guys that they caught for the murders of these 2 young kids. So, you know, that is a good thing that some of the guys that were involved in the shooting of these young kids, they were arrested, and waiting for trial. You know what I'm saying? But this video is going to get a little more detailed about what's going on. If you haven't yet, go check him out. It's The Family. Make sure you subscribe. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to your boy too, Grindo Enrico Richie 4759. So y'all know, before we dive into the content, bro, we like to take our little shit snots. So you got your shot cups ready, your beers, your smokes, whatever you gonna do to chill with me for the next few minutes. You know what I'm saying? I just want a little bit of your time. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little commentary. You know, if I see something I need to speak up on, give my unwanted opinion on. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do that. You feel me? But before that, let's get these shots rolling, people. You know what I'm saying? This is salute for a nice Thursday, the weekend coming up. You know what I'm saying? So I hope everybody have a beautiful Friday and wonderful weekend, safe weekend. Let's go. Always wonderful, y'all. But y'all ready to get into this content? You feel me? Y'all ready? Oh, let me get let's get this right. Cause we about to dive into it. We about to dive into it. Oh, let's do this, y'all. But yeah, like I said earlier, man, I don't think 42 Doug and 50 Cent got no beef and no shit like that, bro. They just a little simple disagreement. You feel me? Let's get into it. Wake up, shoot up in the A, getting hit. Just we ain't clicking no shit.
Oh, there he go. Y'all see him? He came to get him some tacos, baby. Y'all better pull up. Cause you already know how we doing this type of tacos, baby. Pull up, baby. Lil Baby just pulled up on us. You know, we doing it big around this mug.
What the fuck? Where you at?
He's on. You can put it up. He's on.
Who the fuck was that?
I just sat right here and watched real video the whole time they were plotting on their ass.
So around 5 p.m. this evening, our officers were dispatched at a 2000 block of Verbena Street in reference to multiple people shot upon arrival. We did, in fact, find individuals that had been shot on scene. And I first want to say the overall theme of this case is grown men playing gangster.
Top menu. Spoken language. Screen search. Top last spoken phrase. Read from next item. Top menu. Read top last spoken language. Screen search. Ice cream. Voice commands. Top text to speech. Braille. Describe image.
Is about building community.
Instagram. Broadcaster.
And in this case, leaving 2 young people in their grave. Ultimately took his life. Gang violence that was orchestrated by adults in our city. And cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been.
Can you believe that already? At the time I'm making this video, we less than a week away from 3 months in 2025. Yet and still, the Atlanta Police Department is still playing the blame game for criminal activity. Are they right? Are they wrong? Well, I leave that to you guys and I'll just present the facts. Now, the Atlanta Police Department recently came out and said another rapper based out of Atlanta is responsible for another man's actions. And based on history with the DA, that's never a good thing coming out of Atlanta. Less than 24 hours of me making this video, Atlanta police had a news conference. And that this rapper actions caused a chain of events that led to a retaliation shooting in this rapper neighborhood that left 2 teenagers dead. And of course, we'll later go over their stories and pay our respects. We'll also later identify the rapper, his alleged enemies according to authorities, and how this was orchestrated. But there's some key facts that authorities seem to be brushing across their shoulder. Like them coming out saying the retaliation came from a man in jail. That's a part of a jail-formed gang, which we'll later discuss, that was made in 2005. So in 2025, we still have men in the free world taking orders from men incarcerated.
Ain't that
to basically
crazy?
get them in there with them. But they...
That's crazy. Somebody from the inside of prison had enough power to give an order on the streets of Atlanta to pull this action off.
He's coming out.
3 minutes, 15 seconds, 23 minutes, 49 seconds.
That this was payback. But why they not shooting their target? It's 2025, yet it's still again. And people still playing Mickey Mouse games, shooting up apartments with kids in it. But because the rapper is from this neighborhood, and he allegedly shot a music video where a dude incarcerated was from days before. Huh? Fam, that's where we at here today. And if you thought I sound...
Okay, so it would seem like after they shot this video, Baby shot this video, they went to his neighborhood and shot up his neighborhood, and that's when the young kids was killed. Condolences to the kids' family, and rest in peace, youngins.
Try to explain that, but that's because that's really what's being presented to the public. Today we're going to run down on this story. As mentioned, go over the facts that we just talked about. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. In the beginning of the year, Lil Baby had managed to fight the criticism by dropping a #1 album on Billboard's chart. Released January 3rd, 2025, Wham, which means Who Hard Is Me, selling 145,000 units the first week. And with the success of his new album, he decided to go on tour. The upcoming tour with Big X The Plug, NLE Chopper, and Lil Shimmy. Now with all the success coming Lil Baby way, he still managed to have his name and some bad lights that I'm sure he don't even approve of. Recently, people was even pointing out him wearing different colors of bandanas, saying he allegedly rep different gangs. That could be a throw-off to them people, and maybe this one of those reasons. But see, on the second week of May in 2024, Lil Baby decided to shoot a music video on the west side of Atlanta, in the Dixie Hills neighborhood. And those might remember that a young lady who worked at a local taco venue inside the shopping center mall had recorded Lil Baby pulling up before the shots had went out. And people was blaming her at first for allegedly giving out the location. Might be true, might not, but check out the clip.
Go, y'all see him? He came to get him some tacos, baby. Y'all better pull up, cause you already know how we doing this type of tacos, baby. Pull up, baby. Lil Baby just pulled up on us. You know, we doing it big around this mug.
Minutes later, according to a video obtained by TMZ, some men who act like they was recording their own music video only to scope out the scene had shot the music video before fleeing away and managed to be caught on camera, but it was blurry. 3 people were shot who later survived.
What the fuck? Where you at?
He's on. You can put it up. He's on.
Who the fuck was that?
I just sat right here and watched. Real smooth, bro. Like they was shooting their own video the whole time. They were plotting on it.
So he watching what's going on. He don't say shit to nobody. He probably could have said if this was doing when the kids got shot, he probably could have saved the kid's life. And he on this bit hyped up like damn. You know what I'm saying? Look at this nigga.
5 p.m. this evening, our officers were dispatched at a 2000 block of Verbena Street in reference to multiple people shot upon arrival. We did in fact find individuals that had been shot on scene. One of the individuals that was shot, he self-transported himself to the hospital where he was at Grady not too long after the incident, but the other 2 individuals were transported by EMS. A subsequent investigation has revealed there was a music video that was being shot at the location at the time in which the shots were fired. We do know that there were several people on scene as well as several vehicles, and we had multiple individuals flee the scene subsequent to the shooting. So we're still in the early phases of the investigation, but we do have some of the best detectives in the business that are working to try to get to the bottom of this.
Who was the star of the rap video?
At this time, that's still under investigation. We are receiving some preliminary information, but we want to make sure that that information is vetted and that we look at it carefully to make sure that the information that we're receiving from witnesses is in fact correct. The incident happened right in the shopping complex in which you saw the multiple shell casings right adjacent to the music video set there. The people that were shot were not a part of the video production team, but there may have been individuals involved in the totality of the production that were involved in the incident. At this time, it appears to be an isolated and targeted incident.
Now, according to authorities, this pissed off the Goodfellas. They went to Oakland City, where Lil Baby is from, and shot it up. But before we go over those details, let's briefly talk about the Goodfellas. Where they from, where they represent. Now, the abbreviation for Goodfellas that most members would use would be GF. Also, they represent as the mob. This alleged gang was allegedly formed in jail back in 2005 by a man with a life sentence who go by the name of Abdullah Williamson, aka Lil Dude or Lil Frost. 5 years ago, this rapper named Lil Baby had shot a music video and was rapping GF. This music video managed to get many people indicted and even had this music video appear on First 48 before having the neighborhood being shut down for code violations.
Shoot up in the air, getting hit. Just GF, we ain't clicking though.
Now, for more information, a GF is the Third World Goodfellas Mob. Goodfellas Mob, first known as 30 Deep, as mentioned, it's a Rice Street-born prison gang that eventually led to cliques and different crews to form and spread their influence all over Atlanta. And now, they have gained reputation as one of the most feared and respected gangs in Atlanta and one of the biggest crews in the city. So now we got a pretty idea on who GF is. According to APD, GF didn't like that Lil Baby shot a music video in their neighborhood. So in return, they got a call from a high-ranking gang member of GF that's incarcerated and was ordered to shoot up Lil Baby neighborhood. And they did just that. Almost 2 months after the music video was shot. On the first week of July in 2024, a tragic shooting in Southwest Atlanta has claimed the lives of 2 young boys and left another one injured. At around 12:40 a.m., police responded to a call from an apartment complex on Spark Street Southwest, near People Street Southwest, in the Oakland City neighborhood. Upon arrival, officers found a 13-year-old boy dead at the scene. Another 13-year-old boy and 11-year-old were rushed to the hospital, but the second 13-year-old boy has succumbed to his injuries. May they both rest in peace and love condolences to their families. The 11-year-old boy had managed to survive. The Fulton County Medical Examiner Office has identified the 2 13-year-olds as Jacody Davis and Lamar Freeman. The younger boy who was in the hospital appeared to be the younger brother of Davis. And the sad part is, Davis lost his life on his birthday. Once again, may they both rest in peace.
Like the neighborhood, they are fed up with crime. Two 13-year-olds are dead, another hurt after an overnight shooting.
This all happened at a complex in the Oakland City neighborhood. And Atlanta News first reporter Brittany Ford is live at Grady Hospital this afternoon where the surviving teen was taken. So Brittany, how is that child doing?
Well, the good news is that this 12-year-old that was injured in the shooting is in stable condition, expected to make a full recovery. But today we were
So the Goodfellas went to Lil Baby neighborhood and shot it up, and that's where the two kids that were shot died. Again, on behalf of Grind to Win, condolences to the families, and may those kids rest in peace.
with neighbors who say this has happened over and over again. Tragedies just like this, they're calling for the city to step in. An apartment building on Spark Street in southwest Atlanta riddled in bullet holes.
I had a bullet come through my grandbaby window. I had a bullet come through my door. These was some innocent bystanders. We are not getting no help, no justice.
Authorities say two teens who have been identified as 13-year-old Jacody Davis and 13-year-old Lamont Freeman were shot and killed while hanging out on these stairs just before 1 a.m. Tuesday morning. Family members of Freeman say the teen was killed on what would have been his 14th birthday.
Today is his birthday. Literally. Today is his birthday, and that's not good at all. It's not. He's supposed to be here with us, celebrating, doing what we do.
Deborah Daniels says the apartment complex has been plagued with crime.
We need help. I want the mayor and everybody else to come out here and please help us.
City Council member Julian Bond says the city will be responding.
The police department's going to do a newly tuned focus on this particular property and the area in general.
Bond stressed they also need the community's help.
We want people to be involved, to tell us where they need the service, where we can apply our resources to better help and to serve them. You know, we don't want to just respond when there's a tragedy.
Grieving the loss of two young men, Daniel says the violence has gone unaddressed far too long.
So if you just joining me, we watching a video that's putting us up to date on the headlines that's been going around with Lil Baby and his music video back in July last summer, 2024, where two kids were shot and killed after a rival gang faction went to Lil Baby's neighborhood and shot it up.
It is
12 minutes, 11 seconds, 23 minutes, 49 seconds.
It is insane.
Fried chicken and wontons and teriyaki and an egg roll. Some people think the Zaxby Sensation salad is too delicious to be a salad.
Loading. Now, Atlanta police are still working to find a motive. Right now, there are currently no suspects or even a suspect description. Reporting live at Grady Memorial Hospital, Brittany Ford, Atlanta News.
I felt every word that grandmother was speaking. Sickening. Now, Atlanta PD held up their promise in making an arrest. It would come 7 months later, and 12 members of the Goodfellas happened to be arrested. And if authorities know the hit came from inside the jail, I'm sure someone incarcerated had already started talking. And because of that, they side had deemed Lil Baby shooting that music video was the motive. And in return, Lil Baby was mentioned and the warrant. How ironic. Check it out.
After this incident took place, we were out here holding a very similar press conference, and we were asking for the help from the community. In just a moment, I'm going to show you some pictures of 7 individuals that we were able to take into custody in conjunction with this tragic incident. I stood here and told you the story how on July 2nd, just after midnight of last year, we had two 13-year-olds and 11-year-old celebrate.
So this was midnight when those two young gentlemen were shot down and unalived. Bruh, unless their parents was out there with my child definitely wouldn't have been out that late without me being very close. You know what I'm saying? So it's mind-boggling that these 13, 14-year-old kids are out in the middle of the night. You know, and I believe they were on their front porch or yard or something like that, but still, bruh. You know what I'm saying? They should have been in the house. They should have been in the house, man. I wish they were in the house, so but he could have enjoyed his birthday, you know, when the sun came up and all that good stuff, man. But it's kind of crazy that he would be out that late, you know what I'm saying? Into the morning, you know, into the night, you know, chilling with, I think that was his cousin or some of his friends or something like that.
Birthday of Lamont Fremont. He had just turned 13. And he got to experience about 30 minutes of being a teenager before his life was taken. And when I turn it over to Major Woolfolk, he's going to discuss some of the investigative techniques and really the gang involvement and the gang ties that led to
Alright, so we're finna get into Woolfolk. Hold on.
One thing I want to make it.
Let's go.
Skip ahead 1 minute. 14 minutes. Loading.
The individuals that we have.
Now right here.
Skip ahead 1 minute. 19 seconds. Loading. Loading.
Thanks, Major.
Okay, here you go.
My name is Major Ralph Woolfolk of the Violent Crime Interdiction Section. And I first want to say the overall theme of this case is grown men playing gangster that left 2 of our children in graves and a community in fear. And we know in these communities that strength is about building community, not destroying it. And in this case, leaving 2 young people in their grave. I want to thank the community that was here with our investigation team from the inception of this incident. Out on the night of the incident, we not only received investigative assistance from this community, but we also saw a community that was full of compassion and love. Video evidence depicted several people in this community pouring out of their apartments, attempting to triage wounds, attempting to transport persons to the hospital, and making several 911 calls from this community that were used throughout our investigation that led ultimately, with their assistance, to some of the apprehensions in this case. I want to also thank the FBI, who has not only been an incredible partner to us throughout this investigation, but has also been a consistent partner to us throughout our fight, as Chief Shearbaum always says, against gangs, guns, and drugs. We have had a consistent partnership with the FBI that has aided us in suppressing our violent crime. And for our team members internally in the Atlanta Police Department that spent countless hours, investigative hours, a tandem approach, collaborative approach between homicide, between gangs, between our ACE unit, between our intelligence analysts, and several other internal units throughout the police department that spent countless hours working this case. I remember getting a call from the gang unit over 4th of July weekend asking to go up on a wiretapped investigation. And subsequent to that call, the next 48 hours were spent on the phone with our district attorney's office, who was a great support to us throughout this investigation and trying to stand that T3 up. And through that investigation, our gang unit sacrificed vacations. Our gang unit sacrificed time with loved ones, sacrificed relationships throughout the course of this investigation. In 5,424 man-hours from July 10th through October 30th, that was spearheaded by the Atlanta Police Gang Unit in a wire room to ultimately assemble key facts and elements leading us to where we are in the investigation. And for the investigation aspect of this, Lamont Freeman was allowed to be a 13-year-old for 27 minutes.
Wow.
Before gang violence ultimately took his life. Gang violence that was orchestrated by adults in our city. And cowardly acts of an Atlanta-based rapper that decided to go over into a rival gang stronghold and shoot a music video in a place that he knew he should not have been. And in the subsequent days, we saw homicides and shootings, and ultimately,
19 minutes, 45 seconds.
See, even the police is kind of pissed off that Lil Baby went over there, because he knew he shouldn't have been over there. Like his Lil Baby actions, I don't want to say it's responsible for what happened to those kids, but it sparked it. His actions sparked what happened to those kids.
Switching to children 19 minutes, 47 seconds, 23 minutes, 49 seconds.
Actions, and you know who you are. And I tell you that this team will work relentlessly to hold you and the persons that you are affiliated with responsible for those actions. Ultimately, there are components in this investigation that led back to a prison in the state of Georgia where an illegal phone, a contraband phone, was used to orchestrate these acts. There was a hit called by a high-ranking gang member on the opposite side of that opposing rapper's gang. And I'll tell you today, that gang was Goodfellas. Goodfellas Criminal Street Gang being one of the most hyper-violent gangs in the city of Atlanta. And we will pursue you relentlessly in making sure that we keep this city safe and suppressing violence throughout our city. And lastly, I'll say, as Major Malecki indicated, there is still a $50,000 reward that is on the table for additional information in relationship to this case. And our detectives and our officers, through all of the internal units and external units that you see here today, will be knocking on doors and working with this community that has been so resilient to collect additional information to continue to move this investigation forward. Thank you.
Oh, nothing works on this app.
Alright. So, my good people, as I said, do I think Lil Baby is responsible for what happened to those kids? No. But his actions are what sparked what happens to those kids. Do I think the Atlanta PD can hold him accountable for that? No, because the guys that done that are responsible for their own actions. Okay? And yeah, I know we didn't get to the names and all that they called out for the arrest, but there was an arrest for the deaths of those two kids, and I believe, if I remember correctly, they arrested like 7 people at the time. Okay? So congratulations to the family of those kids that, you know, lost their sons or nephews or brother, you know, things like that. You know, do I feel Lil Baby will learn from this mistake? Yes, I do. One reason, he know he already have a target on his back, not just from probably the streets of Atlanta, but the district attorney of Atlanta, the ADA's office, the Atlanta Police Department themselves. You just heard yourself, they want to hold him accountable, which I think is going to be very hard for them to do. You know what I'm saying? But as I said, Lil Baby actions is what sparked those events. Because if he knew he shouldn't have been over there in that neighborhood, then that means he was just basically taunting those guys. Trying to, I guess, say he's the king of Atlanta. Possibly. Whatever his mission was to go over there and make that music video, his message was sent. And when it got back to whomever in prison, they didn't like that message. So when those guys went and shot up Lil Baby neighborhood in the middle of the night, it don't seem like they had a particular target in mind. They just went there to do what they did, based off what Lil Baby did in their neighborhood, man. Which is crazy, bro. Like, you know, hopefully the violence would stop. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully someday, you know, this person go do a video there, this person go do a video here. You know, territory won't be a problem. You know, and sometimes it do take a long time for guys to grow up from stuff like that, until they realize, you know, the ways of them throwing their lives away and things like that. It takes a while, you know. Some people might say, hey, they got a choice. They're like, you know, some of them guys left without a choice. That's how some of them eat. That's how some of them get shelter. You know what I'm saying? That's how some of them take care of their families. You know, not saying what they do is right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just letting you know, like, those choices that those guys made led them, you know, to do the things that they're done for their own personal reasons. You feel me? You know? But, hey, wrong is wrong. Right is right. You feel me? There's no in between. Those guys was old enough to know, you know, not to go over there and shoot up that neighborhood for no reason. Especially when 2 kids was involved. You know, 2 kids was the culprits, the collateral damage of those shootings. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. It's not a good look for Lil Baby at all. It's not a good look for him at all. Because what if he pissed off that neighborhood and they don't want him to do videos in the neighborhood he grew up in? You feel me? So I guess we just gonna have to see what his next move is. But something tells me that he learned from this mistake, which is a mistake that shouldn't have been made in the first place, with him knowing he's been pretty much watched by District Attorney Fannie Willis. You know, I don't know why some of these guys let their egos and pride take over their mental judgment, their adult judgment. You know what I'm saying? But hey, when they make these type of choices, when they set these type of actions and motions, those are the results. You feel me? Those are results. And it's just sad that 2 kids had to be the results of Lil Baby choice. You know, like, granted, how anyone may feel about Lil Baby, his choices led that shooting to those kids to happen. You feel me? And he knows it. Like, Lil Baby know it. If the police know it, Lil Baby know it. Like, trust me. He knows, and he probably feels responsible for it. But by law, is he responsible for it? Probably not. But we'll just have to see how, you know, because they want him now. They definitely want him. They want him now more than ever. Or they going to do everything they can to get him. Lil Baby, I mean. You feel me? So from this point on, I think he better be smart about every decision he make. You know, the moves he make business-wise or personally. You know, and you see he changed his brand from 4PF to, I can't remember what he changed to, but he definitely changed it. You know what I'm saying? And I remember him doing an interview, I think it was with the Breakfast Club, where he was saying if he knew the things that he was repping in his music would tie him into things that was going on into the streets, he would have never did it. Which I think is complete bullshit. You know, he definitely knew that, bro. And as I said, and as you saw, the police know that, bro. So, yeah, he better be careful. He might want to even just stay away from Atlanta, bro. Like, you might just want to do your videos in the Bahamas, Hawaii, somewhere that's not Atlanta right now, man, because they gonna be all over you, Lil Baby. I hope you know that, bro. But yeah, y'all, that's my time. I thank y'all for joining me. You feel me? Thank you again to my new supporters and everything. I hope you guys keep subscribing. If you haven't yet, make sure you follow me on YouTube. Grind to Win, Rico Richie 4759. Again, Grind to Win, Rico Richie 4759. You feel me? Make sure you do that. Make sure you continue to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Grind to Win. Hey, And I thank you again for your love, support, and your time. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey. You love me, I love you. You hating on me, I'm gonna pray for you. Thank you for joining me in the Lions Den, y'all.
End live video. Open broadcast for the viewers. End live video. End live video. If you end your live, you'll also end now. Cancel.